We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Earle. Joined here as always my brother Tim. And today we got a pretty decent sized slate. I would have to say. What is there? 100 and something college basketball games today.
130.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that. We have an 11-game hockey slate, I want to say, and we got a solid 10 in the NBA. So we have a lot to go over today. So
9 in the NBA, I believe.
9 in the NBA. So we're not going to spend too much time breaking down yesterday's card. We'll quickly go over it, and then we'll take a look at today's slate. For yesterday, in college basketball, we went 3-5. It should have really been slightly better fortune there. It should have been 5-3. We had a couple bad breaks here and there. Tim will go over those. For me, the NBA, I went 3-1 yesterday. The Pacers were the only team that let me down. Golden State Warriors, how about that for a bounce back? Holy crap. They win. I had the +4. I had the +150 straight up. We cashed both of those. And then probably one of the luckiest cashes I had all night. The Miami Heat come back from down like 10 points in the late in the third quarter, early in fourth quarter to cover the 4.5 as a favorite. 3-1 in the NBA, up 1.65 units. In the NHL, Anaheim +139 did not come through for me yesterday. In my defense, I did bet that before they announced Troy Terry was out, and that went up like 20 cents. So Anaheim Ducks money line, no good. Luckily in that game, Anaheim, Minnesota, over 5.5. Easy casher there. That one cashed about. I needed 2 goals in the third period. That cashed within the first minute of the third period when the Wild scored twice within 5 seconds. So that definitely helps an over. And then similar thing happened in the last game of the night. And can we talk about this for a second? Arizona and Colorado last night.
Oh,
Colorado entering as a -600, 650 favorite, and it goes to a shootout. A shootout.
Yep.
If I'm Colorado, I'm absolutely embarrassed in my performance last night. But with that being said, over 6.5 cashes. Coyotes team total over 1.5 cashes. I was so pissed I didn't pull the trigger on +1.5 with the Coyotes yesterday. That was sitting at +200, +210. I'm glad the Avalanche won straight up, so I wasn't going to bed last night thinking I should have hit a +4, 535 I was staring at all day. So at least the Coyotes didn't win straight up, and I would have definitely hated myself for a long time if I didn't bet that +535 because I'm someone that I've done that before. I did that with the Kraken the other night. I'm someone who will take these big plus monies when presented to me like that. Not today, though. Or not today in that the rematch of that. But 3-1 in the NHL last night, up 2 units. Overall, 9-7 overall, up 1.15 units. That brings me to a 2022 record of 233, 237, and 15, down 21.64 units. Looking to continue to make that back. I'm hoping by the end of 2022, that's up around 50, 60 units. So hoping for a better day today. Hoping for a great day today. Got tons and tons of action, probably way too much action. I really like this NHL card, and I didn't go crazy over it. So it should be a fun day for everything. So what about you yesterday?
Yeah, real quick with that Avalanche game. I know I mentioned during the ESB show and during Game Time Decision something about the draw at +500. I mentioned it. I was looking at it. Ultimately did not bet it. Wish I did. But in terms of on the site yesterday, ESB went 8-8, 3-2 day in the NBA. Toronto, what? Lost straight up by a good chunk to Detroit. Interesting. Golden State, easy winner. Cleveland, a little bit of a sweat, but we won that one. Memphis, it happens. They were on a big streak. I was riding the hot streak. And then the over in the Houston game cashed with 42 seconds left after it was like after it was at some points hitting the live lines of 250. So end up being a 3-2 day. I'll take that every day of the week. I'm always down for a profitable day. Nick, your hockey went 2-1, so that's always nice. And then college basketball went at 3-5. Buffalo under cashed Fresno overcashed, and Manhattan overcashed. The Nebraska and Purdue game, we had the under 156. It went over by the gym squads with like 20 seconds left, which was awful. Maris was up like 16 at halftime and 20 at one point and blew that lead. That one was a loser. Quinnipiac was a deadbolt under. We had the under and went to overtime when we lost that one. St. Bonnie, that one ended up being too much of a blowout for them to really play foul game. And Kent State over also did not work out yesterday. It happens. 3-5. We've got, 58 plays in college basketball up on the site today. So it's going to be a make it or break it type day. If anybody's interested in those will all be over here. If you want to grab our week pass over at earlesportsbets.com, use that. Use the promo code YEAR. Get 20% off. You get all those plays for $40. So even today, there's 5 NBA, 58 college basketball. So that's 63. And then whatever Nick put up for hockey, which was...
I don't remember exactly.
Well, you get that. So probably close to 70 plays today for $40. So
I think eight in the NHL for today.
Then set 71 plays for $40. Preach value. Go ahead, jump over to the earlesportsbets.com website, check all those out. But let's go say hi to the chat, and then we got some football to talk about, Nick.
Yeah.
Houston first half -1.5, -145. I need to go pull up my thing. Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out for you. Yeah, sorry, I woke up a little while ago, so I'm a little bit behind. Oh, Nick just left. Fantastic. All right. Oakland. We have a -6.5, so I guess that in the first half is fine. Canes -1.5. I'm pretty sure Nick would be all right with that. I'm not 100% sure.
I like the Canes. I'm on the Canes.
Sounds
Canes
good.
in a bounce back spot there.
Okay. You're liking Texas Tech money line versus Kansas State. That's fine. And then LSU money line, and that's versus Arkansas. We're down for it. We have LSU minus whatever on our card today. What up, Twins? You guys do an amazing job, just like Detroit Lenny and Allie B. We appreciate that. Welcome, Eddie. Oakland, Purdue, Fort Wayne under the 149.5. If it's up that high, then that actually might end up being a play for us because we have that one lined at a 144.5. So I don't mind that one at all. Good morning, Jarnell. Good morning, Tiffany. What up, guys? I like Baylor with the points or minus the points, and you like South Carolina plus the points. South Carolina plus the points versus Florida. Not going to talk you off for that one. We didn't touch that game, but that's fine. And then Baylor, I gotta find where they are at. I don't know where they're at.
We got to that game.
Yeah, I don't think we got to that game. But good luck today. Let's go ahead. We got a big NFL slate or whatever slate. Big slate in general today, but big in terms of significance for this NFL slate, Nick. Some playoff football. We'll start off with this game.
Yeah, this should be a fun one. We get the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are 5.5-point home favorites in this game, a total of 48.5. I have both a side and a total in this one. I like this. I really like this game. Where are you looking at first?
2 words. Who day. I'm on the Bengals. This is I know it's playoffs and everything. This is a letdown spot for Oakland or Vegas, sorry, after what they did on Sunday night last week. That was a crazy game, back and forth. Cincinnati essentially had a bye last week with not starting anybody, and Burrow got the week off, and Mixon got the week off, and so did Jamar Chase. So it was essentially a bye. So this Bengals team is going to come in rested. This Bengals team is going to win a playoff game for the first time in 40 years, was it? So For in my case, I like the Cincinnati Bengals. Who Dey Nation.
Yeah, what do they say? Who they say gonna beat the Bengals? The Raiders are. I love the Raiders in this spot here. 5.5. Everybody looking at this line be like, oh, the Bengals only have to win by 6? Oh, that's too easy. We had the Las Vegas Raiders entering this game at 10-7. They're 8-9 against the spread. They're 9-8, 8-9 over under. They're 5-3 on the road. So not a bad road team. Cincinnati 10-7, 10-7 against the spread. 8-9 over under. 5-4 at home. We have Vegas coming in with tons of momentum. This is a momentum-filled team. Through everything they've been through, they've continued to win games. They've won the last 4 and heading into this game to get into the playoffs. Beating the Chargers last week. Great game. Hell of a game. And then we could have thought it had been a letdown spot because they won on a last-second field goal the week before against the Colts. They beat the Bengals the Broncos the week before that, and they won by a game-winning field goal against the Browns the week before that. This is a team that has been playing a lot better as of late, and I really like this. I like Derek Carr, and I like this Raiders team. On the other side, we do also have the Bengals playing really good football. I'll give you that heading into this one. They're 7th in the NFL in points per game, 27.1. I think there will be points in this game as well. Cincinnati comes in covering in 4 straight. They were 6.5-point underdogs, though, against Cleveland last week, again, in a bench squad versus bench squad game. So really, that one doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's why I called it a bye week.
They beat the Chiefs. I'll give them that. That was a good win. That was at home. They beat Baltimore. Baltimore was kind of overrated this year.
Division rival doesn't matter.
Still, like the Baltimore Ravens were not up to the caliber. I gotta say, if there was ever a year for the Bengals to win the division, it was this one because all the teams kept tripping over themselves. With Pittsburgh being Pittsburgh, Baltimore being overrated, and Cleveland being massively overrated and injured all year. So if there was ever a year the Bengals could win the division, it was this one. I'm not saying Burrow's not great. I'm not saying Jamar Chase is not great. I like over 48.5 in this game. And give me the Raiders, plus 5.5. I'll sprinkle that money line a little bit as well. This is a wild card weekend is always a lot of fun because underdogs are always live during underdog weekend or wild card weekend. So I like the Raiders in this spot to get the job done, win this game straight up. I'm not doubting this Raiders team anymore. I did that the last few weeks before the Charger game, and I'm gonna ride the Raiders as long as they're in the playoffs. I think they're gonna get some pressure on Joe Burrow, force him to make some mistakes. Give me the Raiders
against MVP Joe Burrow. I don't know. All right, that's
Joe Burrow's not even my top 5 for MVP.
We'll get into that discussion after they win tomorrow. Today, I like Marquette. I think we got the under in Marquette. There's so many games, and the Nuggets game over. Nuggets and the Fakers. I'm already on the Nuggets. Like the football jersey. Hit the like button, everybody. Of course. Nathan's alive. Okay, good. Now we just need to make sure Turnsy's alive. What's up, fellas? I like the Bengals and the over as well. Who day? And luckily today's the day. Luckily, I don't have to see Nick most of today or today at all because we're disagreeing on the second game as well. All right, Nick, let's do this one.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills, New England Patriots in this one here. Bills are now 4.5-point home favorites, total 44 in this game. Where are you looking at for their spot?
I'm not fading Bills Mafia. At home, no. This is a Buffalo Bills spot for me. A lot of people say, "Oh, you can't bet against Nick Saban. You can't bet against Bill Belichick in playoff games and stuff." Well, I'm doing it twice in 1 week. I'm fading both of them in playoff spots. I've been saying this for a while. I think the Patriots are frauds. I know it's kind of crazy to say it that way, but if we look at the Patriots. The last 5 weeks, they lost. They beat Buffalo, but that Buffalo game was in below freezing, and they They ran the ball or they threw the ball 3 times today. It's going to be 6 degrees, but it's only supposed to get about 7-mile-an-hour winds. That's nothing. They're going to have to throw the ball in this one. So that game, throw it out the window. That's not going to happen. They lost to the Colts. They go to Buffalo. They go home to New England, and Buffalo beats them straight up. Go to cue the Stephon Diggs scoring the touchdown. F you. Cue that again. The only win that they have in their last 5 games, they beat Jacksonville 50-10. Is that really an accomplishment against a Jacksonville team who's the worst team in the league? I don't think so. And then they lost to Miami. I know Nick mentioned momentum. I don't see any momentum from New England. On the Buffalo side, they're coming off of the last 5 games, covering versus the Jets, covering versus Atlanta, or pushing, but they won by 2 scores, beating New England straight up, beating Carolina and covering. Their only loss in their last 5 games was to Tampa Bay, which is a very respectable loss. This is a team you get in Buffalo. I'm not fading Bills Mafia. Patriots are fraud. Bills win this one by double digits.
I disagree. And one second. Give me the Patriots.
Nope. Just nope.
Sorry about the hat here there, but yeah, I need to grab this because, I'm rocking with the Patriots. Yeah, I'm rocking with Bill Belichick. And I'm expecting Bill Belichick to have a hell of a game plan coming into this one, slowing down the run and forcing them to throw the ball in single-degree weather where the football is going to feel like an absolute rock. This is too many points, and I still think Buffalo can win this game. Don't get me wrong. Buffalo can very well win this game. If they do, though, it's by a field goal. It's by a field goal. Like, this is not going to be a blowout. I don't see anybody blowing anybody out in this game at all. This is not a spot where New England's going to lose by 15 points, and this is not a spot where New England's going to win by 14 points. This is just not one of those games. I like the Patriots plus 4.5, and I sprinkled the money line as well. Once again, wild card weekend is going to be filled with, I think, underdogs a little bit here because I think I like 3 underdogs this weekend. 2 of them today, 1 on Monday night. Fill in the blank there. I'm not a huge fan of tomorrow's slate. I got one play on tomorrow's slate, but I got 4 plays, 4 teams that I like this weekend, and one of them is the New England Patriots to, at the very least, keep it within 4 points. Like, that's just way too many points to give Bill Belichick on the road. I had this game handicapped around 3, so anything above a field goal, I was all over the Patriots. Now, if you gave me the Bills minus 2.5, I'm on the Bills. I will say that right now. I think it's a field goal game. But also, New England's a good home team or road team. They're 6-2 on the road. Mac Jones is fine on the road. This defense travels. So I think this is going to be a good game. This is going to be a very good game. It's going to be an interesting game to see. And if you guys join us tonight, this will probably be one of the highlighted games for a live watch along because I'm planning on around 7 o'clock doing a watch along for the NHL and NFL slate. So it should be a fun night. If you guys want to check us out there, it'll be around 7 o'clock start. We'll have a live watch along, kind of like what we did with the national championship game.
Except for we're not drinking.
We're not drinking like that now.
No. But I'll probably end up joining that later on in the night. I probably won't be joining in the beginning just because stuff. But we'll see how it goes. Yes, watch party. We'll go ahead. Go back to the chat. Mike Lennon. New England minus 4.5. No, it would be plus 4.5 and the under. I don't mind the under.
I kind of lean over.
We'll see. It's 6 degrees out in Buffalo. Need a birthday pick? Take the Bills Mafia. Let's roll with it.
No. Don't give them a losing birthday pick.
Yo. Good morning, fellas. Let's have a lucky day. Let's do it. Raiders, loser. Pats, loser. Bucks, loser. Cowboys, winner. Rams, loser.
Okay.
Bills minus 4.5. Bills have too many weapons. Bills found their run game, and who could trust Mac Jones? No one. Let's go Bills.
You need more of a run game than Allen.
No.
Yeah.
You're on the Raiders +6 and took the money.
I love it. Love it.
No, I'm not interested. I will join the watch party if you do one. There you go.
Awesome. Yeah. We're most likely doing one tonight, which should be fun.
Yep, that'll be Nick hosting, so enjoy. We'll go those are the two NFL games. We spent like 15 minutes on the NFL games.
It's worth it.
I'm gonna attempt to try to rapid fire through these NBA games today. So
yeah,
let's go ahead and start them up, Nick.
I'm definitely going towards the under in that one.
Yeah,
I'm not getting
under.
absolutely blasted again. That's not happening. Toronto Raptors are at the Milwaukee Bucks in this game. Bucks are 7.5-point road favorites. Total of 223. Where are you looking?
Yeah, I'm playing a very similar type of style to what I did last night with the Warriors. Toronto got blown out last night against Detroit. That one wasn't pretty. 103-87. I think this is a bounce back spot for him. I know it's maybe a little bit crazy to say that, but I'm riding that angle again, and we're going to be riding that angle again with another team on today's slate. Drew Holiday will remain out today versus the Raptors, and Gary Trent Jr. is questionable on the Raptors side. Both teams otherwise are pretty healthy. I think that the Raptors at least keep this game close. This is a good Raptors team. That was an ugly game last night. They kind of took what I said about them during frickin' game time decision and shooting hoops and went garbage. But I think this is a bounce back spot for Toronto. I got them +7.5. I think they keep this one game close. If not, maybe even can beat Milwaukee straight up. I feel like this could be a letdown spot for the Bucks after absolutely blowing the crap out of Golden State the other night.
Yeah, this one was a stay off for me. I wanted at least 8 points here with the Toronto Raptors. It's around 7.5. I had this game around, or it's 7 now. I had this game around 6. So I just don't see enough value in order to get involved in this game. It would be a lean towards the underdog for me, definitely, but nothing in this spot for me.
Yeah, there you go. Devin Singletary's been awesome lately. Hopefully that could work. Raptors were a disappointment yesterday. Why trust now? Messing up my parlay. You know why you trust them now? Because it's people like this, people like you that are saying, oh, they suck. It's a recency bias saying, oh, wow, they were really bad last night and this, that, and the other. Ruined my parlay. I'm not betting them again. People bet Milwaukee. I'm going to jump on the Toronto side.
And people remember what they last saw.
And if you remember from last night, everybody was all like, oh, Golden State, they came off of garbage last night and the other night against Milwaukee. And why would you want to pick them with no Clay and no Draymond against a Bulls team that's been really good? See what happens?
That's why.
This is my case. I'm riding with the Raptors again tonight. Sharks under. We'll get into the NHL in a little bit. Mavs. I know. I was on Memphis. That one sucked. And then the Stars, we didn't even touch that game. Let's go keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, this is going to be the game with my first play in it. Portland Trailblazers are at the Washington Wizards. Wizards are 7.5-point home favorites. Total 218.5. Where are you looking?
With the philosophy, I should be going after Portland today. I passed on this game. Portland, we saw what happened last game against Denver. It was like 140 to 108, was it? 140 to 108. They lost by 32 points.
Well, you froze. I think Tim froze here. Okay, he's back.
Oh, how much did you hear?
I don't remember.
Okay. With the philosophy that I've been talking about, I should be taking the Blazers today. Should be. Am I? No. Blazers lost 140 to 108 the other night to Denver. That would be the recency bias. People see that. Oh, wow, they really did not look good. No Dame, no McCollum still, no Norman Powell still, no Larry Nance still. Bradley Beal is still out on that Washington side. This is a game that I just laid off. I wasn't really interested in going after it. So this one's a pass for me. Lean towards Portland, but not with all their big guns out.
Yeah, for me, I took a shot here with the underdog. I got the Portland Trailblazers plus 7.5 in this game. I think they keep it within that. I mean, I had this game handicapped around 3.5, 4. So I see some value here with these Portland Trailblazers. Even with these players out, I think that Washington's still not that great of a team, and I don't think they should be 7.5-point favorites versus most teams in the league, even at home. So I'm gonna take the road dog in this one here, plus the 7.5 with the Wizards or with the Blazers.
That's good. I like it. I don't mind that at all. I'm sorry, fam, missed the picks. Oh, thoughts on LSU? Yes, we like LSU. Vermont. I don't even know. Where's that game? We have like 6 pages worth of notes, so I can't remember.
You're gonna have to give us time for these games.
Yeah. Vermont, I don't know. Texas Tech, I could see that one's on the top. Money line, they're what, 6-point favorites? I don't know. And then Carolina money line in hockey. We'll get to hockey in a little bit. I know Nick likes Carolina hockey. Let's keep rolling through the NBA slate, though.
Yeah, we're gonna look at the Nets and the Pelicans here. Nets are 6-point home favorites, a total of 229 in this game. Are you looking at getting involved in this one?
Yeah, hold on. I just knocked something off the desk real quick. You can go over this game.
All right, fine. I will go first in this game. We have the Brooklyn Nets as 6-point home favorites, and I'm going to look to lay the points in this one. I had this game handicapped around 8.5 with these good old Brooklyn Nets. They won't have Kyrie for this game. I don't care. Kyrie's not making that much of a difference on this team anyway. So I'm going to take the Nets -6 in this game, and I think that they just take care of business in this one. Oh, they play the Retrievers of Baltimore County, UNBC.
All right. I see them now. Yeah, it would be a lean that way, but nothing crazy. No, I passed on this game. It was one of those games that just didn't spark. It would be a lean towards the Nets. New Orleans is not a good team, especially on the road. 6-15 on the road this year, covering in a third of their games on the road. Just not a good team altogether. New Orleans. The Nets, I'm just not a person that's going to be back in the Nets right now. They just got too much drama going on with Kyrie and all that crap. You never know, by game time, Harden or Durant could be out, and we don't know at this moment. So this is a spot that I'm just not particularly a fan of, so I'm not going to bet it.
Fair enough. You don't got to bet everything.
We'll go ahead and roll on to this one, which I like this game.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one, but we have the Atlanta Hawks hosting the New York Knicks. Hawks are 2.5-point favorites in this game, total 213. Two teams I've looked to fade recently. Where are you looking at this one?
I'm going under. Under the 213. These two teams historically are not high-scoring teams against each other. I know that they played each other on Christmas Day, and that one went under. And I believe they played one other time this season, and that game went under as well, or either went under or was looking under and ended up going into overtime. But I see this one being a low-scoring defensive game. These two teams are getting pretty close to healthy. Clint Capella is now questionable for today and not ruled out yet, which is a promising sign. He has not played since the 7th, so he hasn't played in 8 days. Kemba Walker is out, and so is Rose, but those two guys have been out for a while. Cam Reddish, he's out as well. He's been out for a while as well. I could see this one being a ugly, low-scoring 98 to 94 type game and just be an ugly type thing like that. I went with the under 213 in this one.
Yeah, I have no interest in this game whatsoever. I had this game at -3, so I guess a 0.5-point lean towards the Atlanta Hawks. I'm not looking to get involved in this game, though. This is just, there's better matchups. There's 200 games to choose from today. One of those games does not need to be New York and Atlanta.
Fair enough. And then you said Oakland first half -1.5. That's fine. Me and Nick really don't bet first halves. We have them as roughly 6.5 point full game favorites. So I guess that would be around a 3.5 for the first half. So that works with us. Good luck. We'll go ahead and move on to this game, Nick.
Yeah, Cleveland Cavaliers travel to Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. Cavs are 4.5 point road favorites in this game, total 210. Are you looking at this game at all?
No, I'm not. This is a continuation of Cleveland's road trip. I believe this is like their 6th game on a road trip. And on this road trip, they haven't been home in 11 days. This is their 5th game. They beat Portland, lost to Golden State, won but didn't cover versus Sacramento, smacked the ever-living crap out of Utah, and then were able to beat Sacramento last night again and covered the spread on that one. San Antonio and covered the spread. It's a back-to-back, but it would be a lean towards Oklahoma City, if anything. I did not get to this game just because these are two of the top teams against the spread this year. They're number 2 and 3, I believe. No, they're number 1 and 2 now. Cleveland's back up to number 1 against the spread with Memphis falling yesterday. Cleveland number 1, Oklahoma City number 2, Memphis number 3 in terms of
Memphis dropped from 1 to 3.
All hitting at 64, 65, and 66%. So all of them very, very profitable this year. And then Charlotte has hopped into that 60% margin as well. These are two teams that I love betting on this year. I just did not get to this one. It would be a lean towards Oklahoma City plus points.
Yeah, for me, I got to the other side. I'm on Cleveland in this spot. I had this game at around 6.5, 7. So I think that there is a little bit of value here on this line with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that's where I went. So looking at it here, we're going to go with Cleveland -4.5 on the road.
Fair enough. Fake NFL is rigged. I don't care. We'll keep moving on.
Fair enough. We have the Philadelphia 76ers at the Miami Heat in this one here. I believe this game has gone down to a 2-point favorite for the Miami Heat. Total of 211 in this game. Where are you looking?
Yeah, this is another game. I'm not really good with Philadelphia. I cannot get them right for whatever reason, so I like to lay off their games. Miami is another one of those sketchy teams for me. Both teams have been hitting well. Both teams have won 8 out of their last 10. Philly's covered in 7 out of their last 10. Miami's covered in 6 out of their last 10. Both of them, I believe, top 5 in the Eastern Conference. Should be a really good matchup. It would be a lean towards Miami. I ultimately just laid this game off. Did not want to get involved in it. Just not a spot. I believe both teams are on a second leg of a back-to-back after Philly beat Boston and Miami beat Atlanta. So pass here.
Yeah, and Philly had to travel overnight here. But yeah, this is a team. You said you're not a huge fan of this Heat team. I've made some money backing this Heat team this year. I've loved them. They've cashed this.
I never said I wasn't a fan of them. I just don't get them right. It's one of like the four teams that I try to leave off in the NBA. Them, Philadelphia, Boston, New York, Atlanta. Pretty much the East Coast teams I'm not really that good at.
Yeah, for me, I love this Heat team this year. They've made me money. I've been able to get their games pretty good. I'm going right back to them today. I took them straight up -130 on the money line. I think they take care of business here against Philadelphia, traveling on a second half of back-to-back. Yes, Miami also had a second half of back-to-back tonight, but they stayed at home. That's a huge factor in this game as well. I had this game handicapped around Miami -4.5, 5. So I think there's definite value here with the Heat in this game. That's where I'm going here. Heat money line -130.
I like it. We'll keep on rolling. We'll go to this game now.
Yeah, we're looking at the Boston Celtics hosting the Chicago Bulls in this game. This line has actually gone up to a 6-point favorite now for the Celtics. Total 215.5. Where are you looking?
Yeah, I remember when I mentioned the Toronto game, and I was saying there was another team on my card that was playing the same angle. Yeah, Chicago got blown out by Golden State last night. I don't think that happens again. I think they go into Boston and at least cover, maybe even win this game straight up. Both teams are on a second leg of a back-to-back, but it feels like Boston's more on a back-to-back than Chicago will ever be. Chicago, they got to rest their players last night. 30 minutes for Vucevic, but he plays about 36, 38 a game, so that's kind of a decrease there. 29 for DeRozan. Zach LaVine won't travel with the team, so I guess that hurt a little bit. Lonzo played 24 minutes, so he's going to be rested. I think this is a spot where the Bulls can at least cover and maybe even win this game. It's going to be – I feel like this is the Golden State Warriors of last night. Chicago Bulls come into this one, and I'm going to say they beat Boston straight up.
Yeah, I'm on the same page here. I took the Bulls. I got them, unfortunately, at 5. Now it's at a 6. So money has come in on the opposite side here. But yeah, that could be that recency bias. Everybody saw what happened to the Bulls last night. They got blown out. So I think that this is a nice little bounce back spot. Yeah, I know it's a second half of back-to-back. Yeah, I know they traveled. They're traveling to Boston from Chicago. But this is a game that I think the Bulls could keep it within 5, should keep it within 5. And I had this game at Boston 2.5 is where it should be. So at least a few points of value here on these Bulls. So that's where I'm going to go for this game.
I like it. Dre Richardson's in the chat saying, "Sup, fellas? What's up, Dre? Welcome. Let's keep on rolling. We got 3 more NBA games. This is actually the last game I don't have a plan.
Yeah, I don't have any more NBA for the rest of the slate. That was my last game. Last game. But the Clippers are at the Spurs in this one here. Spurs are 3-point home favorites, total 217.5. You're looking.
I'm not interested in this game. Spurs are on a second leg of a back-to-back. Sorry. Clippers, I don't really know what to think of them. They're back and forth, and I feel like it's a different Clippers team every single day, and that's another one of those teams I try to lay off because I am not good with the Clippers for whatever reason. So I'm laying off this game. It'd be a lean towards the Clippers just because Spurs on a second leg of a back-to-back, and I don't want them as a home favorite like that. But this is not a game I'm interested in. I got 5 plays. I already gave out 3 of them. Last 2 for the last games.
Yeah. For this game here, I had it at San Antonio -2. So, yeah, I guess it would be a lean towards taking the points with the Clippers as well in this game. For me, I have no interest in betting this game, though.
There you go. That's fine. Zio is in the chat. Good morning, fellas. Let's get money bags today. Been a while. Yeah, let's do this. This is probably one of my favorite games of the day.
Yeah, Los Angeles Lakers are at the Denver Nuggets here. 4.5-point home favorites are the Nuggets. Total 224.5. Your thoughts?
I believe that the Lakers are going to go through a name change. It's going to be the Los Angeles Fakers. I'm taking the Nuggets tonight. It's just more of a keep on riding and fading this Laker team. This is not a team I'm interested in. They're 27. They're 17-25 this year, hitting at 40% against the spread. One of the bottom 5 teams in the league. Granted, Denver's a little bit down there too. Denver's 17-23 this year. But at home, they're a lot better at home. And coming off of a good game against Portland, a nice warm-up game the other night, I think this is a good spot. We saw Bones really start to shoot the ball well. The bench actually started showing up. Campazzo had an 18-12 game with 4 steals. This Nuggets team is looking a little bit better. And I think that they can put that into this game. I think they win by double digits against this team. Still no Anthony Davis. Will Barton is probable after that neck issue that looked bad but wasn't as bad. And then Carmelo Anthony is coming back to Denver tonight in a Laker uniform. He is questionable, though. I like Denver. I think they get the job done tonight.
Yeah, for this game, for me, I got to give props out to the bookmakers. You got this spot on with my number. I had this at 4.5. So I have no interest in this game. This is a pretty plain, simple pass for me. No need to elaborate. I had this game lined up exactly where it is.
Sounds good. How about one last NBA game for the day, and then we'll go over your NHL stuff? Go ahead.
Yeah. Orlando Magic are at the Dallas Mavericks in this game. Mavericks are 11-point home favorites, total 207.5. Where are you looking?
Yeah, both of these two teams are on second leg of backs-to-backs. Orlando, and coming off an impressive win last night versus Charlotte. Charlotte, that's who they played. Yeah, Orlando looked really good last night. Dallas also looked really good last night. That was a really good spot there for them. I grabbed Orlando plus 11. I feel like this is a letdown spot for Dallas. Yes, both teams are coming off the big wins, but I feel like this is a letdown spot for Dallas coming off a big win against Memphis. I feel like this could be a really good spot for Orlando to come in, keep this game close. No, I do not think they win straight up, but Orlando has been covering. Gonna ride with them. Sorry. Sorry, I woke up not too long ago, so I'm gonna ride with them. Stick with the Orlando Magic today plus the 11 points.
Fair enough. Yeah. Once again, this is not a game I wanted to get to. I had this game handicapped at 12, so if I could have gotten under 10 with the Dallas Mavericks, I'd be interested. But at this line, this was a pass.
That's fine. Well, that is all of the NBA games for today. We'll go ahead and climb into your realm, Nick. We got some NHL action. Start off with the Vancouver Canucks heading into Carolina to face off against the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes around minus 195, 200 favorite in this game. 6 is the total. Where are you looking at this one, Nick?
Yeah, looking at this spot here, I'm getting all my information up now. There we go. Vancouver 16-7, 17-3, 19-17 against the spread, 14-20 over under, 8-10-2 away from home this year. Carolina 24-8-2, 19-15 against the spread, 13-19 over under, 11-4-1 at home. And I believe the confirmed goaltenders are projected or confirmed. Let me double check here. With the goaltenders, both of them are confirmed. Oh, and it's going to be Frederik Andersen in net for Carolina. No surprise there. And the Vancouver Canucks are not going with Thatcher Demko today. They're going with good old Yaroslav Halak, the veteran. On the Carolina side, no Jacob Slavin. And then for Vancouver, they're still missing a couple like depth players, nothing crazy. And for this game, this is plain and simple. I feel so bad for the Vancouver Canucks today because we saw what Carolina did in their last game, and they got absolutely obliterated. On a night I had way too much Carolina, they got blew out 6-0 against Columbus. I'm going right back to them today. Carolina puck line, bounce back spot here. This is a game that the Carolina Hurricanes must have after what they did the last 2 games because they're also off an overtime loss against Florida during the game before that. So I'm going with the Carolina Hurricanes in this spot here. And they have been struggling as of late. And also for a total, I really got to nothing on this game. It'd be a lean towards an over. Expected goals in the last 5 games, 6.47 for Vancouver, 6.18 for the Hurricanes, 6.325 is my expected goals for this game, which would lean towards an over in this game for me. But I'm going to stay off the total. I lean Carolina team total over, but I'm going to go with the Hurricanes on the puck line in this one.
I can never talk you off of that. I know Carolina, ugly game last time they were out, so rolling with the Carolina on the puck line. What's up, my boys? Just got my tickets. I always wanted to show my support to you guys. Great. Good luck to everyone.
Appreciate it,
JR. Bounce back for Anderson. Let's go Canes.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of bounce back spots, Nashville coming off their ugly loss to the best team in hockey, the Buffalo Sabres, are heading to Boston to face off against the Bruins. Bruins are a 155 favorite, total of 5.5. Where are you running in this game, Nick?
Yeah, we have the Predators coming into this game 24-12-2, 22-16 against the spread, 21-17 over under, 13-6-2 on the road. Boston 21-11-2, 15-19 against the spread, 16-17 over under. 11-6-1 at home. And we have Nashville coming in off of that embarrassing loss to Buffalo. We're not going to sugarcoat it. That was an embarrassing loss. They were minus 340 heading into that game, closing line. And that snapped a 5-game winning streak for them. And if you looked at it, that could have been a letdown spot for the Nashville Predators. They just came off an overtime win against Colorado. But for me in this game, this was actually one of the bigger things that popped out for me in this game. I like the over 5.5 in this game. If you look at what Nashville has done the last 5 games, other than 4.51 expected goals against Buffalo, all their totals have been at least 6.23 or higher. 8.64 against Colorado, 9.26 against Arizona, 9.61 against LA, and 6.23 against the Vegas Golden Knights. On the other side, the Bruins, 7.63 against Philly, 5.94 against Montreal, 5.97 against Washington, 5.29 their lowest number there against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and an 8.36 expected goals against the Minnesota Wild. My expected goal total for this game is a 7.117. Our total is a 5.5. I'm going over in this game. I expect 7 goals in this one, a 4-3 type of game here. I expect a potential bounce back spot here for the Predators as well. I'm trying to see who's in net for this one. Linus Ullmark is confirmed in net. It will not be Tuukka Rask. He did look decent in his first game there, first game back. And it's projected to be UC Saros, but I like over 5.5 in this game. I see higher expected goals for both these teams, so over in this one.
All right. Dre is on the opposite side. He says he's leaning under with this game, but that's fine.
That's fair. Always
room for to disagree. We'll go ahead and keep rolling. The Washington Capitals are heading into New York to face against the Islanders. Washington's around a 125 favorite, total of 5.5 in this one. Where are we looking at this game, Nick?
Nothing. I'm not really looking at anything in this game. I would lean under, and I would lean towards, at this price, the Islanders. If you wanted the Capitals, they were minus 105, minus 110 yesterday. Alex Ovechkin's questionable for this game with an upper body injury. He hopes to be in the lineup against the Islanders tonight. If you like the Islanders, now's the time to bet them, because I think that line's only going to go down if they do announce Ovechkin out. The Islanders will be without Palmieri in this game still, and without Pollock, and Ross Johnston was suspended for one of his hits the other night. And Washington will be without Dmitry Orlov and Carl Hagelin and Anthony Mantha still, but they have Oshie, they have Backstrom back, they've been back, and with Ovechkin and crew, I wouldn't hate them, but this is a stay off for me. I would probably watch this game as a fan, hoping the Islanders can get back into the Eastern Conference here.
There you go. Dre said weird game. He's fading it. That's fair. Let's keep rolling because there's a bunch of games still left. The Columbus Blue Jackets are heading to Florida to face off against the Panthers. Panthers are minus 275 favorite in this game, total of 6.5. How about this one? Where are we rolling?
Yeah, they're minus 270 favorite, but they're a rightful minus 270 favorite, what they've been doing recently. Yeah. Expected goals, they should be 3-2 in their last 5 games. And all their games, their lowest one was the lowest expected total was 5.64 against Carolina 3 games ago. On the other side, Columbus is 1-4 in expected goals in their last 5 games. They're not out chancing teams. The only time they have was that in that 6-0 win versus Carolina. But still in that game, Carolina had 2.99 expected goals. So Elvis Merzlikins kind of stood on his head in that game. And this is a Panthers team that I'm not stepping in front of right now at all. Spencer Knight is projected to be back in net versus Elvis Merzlikins. And this is a pretty plain and simple spot for me. This is a letdown spot. Blue Jackets are coming off of that huge win versus Carolina. Granted, this is the second half of a back-to-back for Florida, but this is a definite downgrade in competition. They played the Dallas Stars last night. I'm on Florida puck line. Just took it minus 1.5 at minus 120. I think they take care of business in this one. This is a Stanley Cup contender in these Florida Panthers this year. Plain and simple, no way around it. They are 20-3 at home this year. That is absolute domination. So I like, and then we know that Columbus struggles on the road. They're 6-11 on the road this year. I like Florida. I think they take care of business in this one, laying a goal and a half, -120.
Hey, I like it. I like it. Now, this next game coming up is the game that's going to make me and Lenny fight each other. We get the Buffalo Sabres, who are way better than the Detroit Red Wings. Let me say that, Lenny. Against the Red Wings. Red Wings are a 160 favorite, total of 5.5 in this game. Give me some good news. Tell me you like Buffalo.
I'm going to stay out of that back and forth between you and Lenny a little bit, but not completely. I like under 5.5 in this game, and I know, crazy, taking an under in hockey right now. I got under 5.5 at +121, I believe. I want to say it was. Plain simple, these two teams are putting up nothing for expected goals, especially the Buffalo Sabres. The Buffalo Sabres are not a good offensive team. Hear me out. In their last 5 games, expected goals, 2.35. 1.23, 1.90, 2.11, 2.07 on offense. The only time their number has gone over a 6 for expected goals in the game is because they expected to give up 4.30 against Boston. On the other side, Detroit Red Wings also have done nothing on offense. 1.91 expected goals against Winnipeg, 2.65 against San Jose, 2.65 against Anaheim, 2.28 against the Kings, 2.53 against the Sharks. This is a not good offensive team in the Detroit Red Wings as well. Granted, it's probably going to be Aaron Dell in net, which is terrifying for me for this pick. But I'm going under 5.5 in this game, and I'm also going with a team total under 3.5 for the Detroit Red Wings in this game. I don't see them putting up 4 goals in this game, and that play is a -140. For that team total under. I like this being a 3-2 type of game, and I'd lean Buffalo Sabres on the money line. I would lean that way. Just slightly.
You heard it from Nick. Buffalo Sabres for the cup.
How is Buffalo Sabres? No, how did you get? No. Don't twist my words like that. I say I lean towards the Buffalo Sabres money line. Does not mean I said them for the Stanley Cup. Not at all.
Sorry. My brain was hearing weird. I heard Stanley Cup. So, no, I'm kidding. Under in the Sharks. That's like the last game we're going over today. So, Nick, do you like the under in the Sharks?
I would lean over.
Okay. Toronto Maple Leafs and the St. Louis Blues will be the next game that we go over. The Maple Leafs are around 190 favorites, total of 6 in this game. Where are you looking?
Yeah, this game's been driving me crazy looking at it. Because we're getting this is now a -200 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. This line has gone up, and that's definitely puzzled me here. I know I see the injury report. The Blues are going to be missing a lot of players today. Let me get up that injury report real quick. They are going to be without Pavel Buchnevich. They're going to be without Braden Shen. They're going to be out without Colton Parayko. They're going to be without David Perron. They're going to be Vladimir Tarasenko. That's what's ultimately going to keep me off this game. Because see what's going on here. Buchnevich, COVID protocol, not available till the 21st. Braden Shen, COVID protocol, could return today. We have Parayko, COVID, could return today. David Perron, COVID, could return today. Vladimir Tarasenko, COVID, could return today if they test out of it. So looking at all that, St. Louis has been a pretty decent team, but so has Toronto. Toronto 4-1 in expected goals in the last 5 games. The only game they didn't expect to win was that game against the Avalanche. On the other side, a close expected goal margin against the Seattle Kraken in their last game, 2.63 to 2.65. They slightly got out chance in that game. They're 3-2 in expected goals in their last 5 games. And looking at this spot here, let's see if I have. Let me update my numbers a little here. It should be around a -130-ish in this game. I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to add this to my card. Give me the St. Louis Blues to win straight up in this game at +179. Actually, yeah, I'm probably going to add that later in the day. I need to actually. I'm not adding it officially yet. I need to see whether or not some of their players are playing. But at plus 179, the Blues are definitely a look for me in this game.
Fair enough. I know that they've been. Well, we'll
They're
see with
good
those
home.
injuries. We'll see with the injuries.
Yeah, but they are significantly better at home than they are on the road. They are 12 or they're 15-5 and 15-3-2 at home compared to 7-7-3 at home on the road.
There you go. We'll go ahead and keep on rolling. The Dallas Stars are at Tampa. Tampa's a minus 240, total of 6 in this game. Where are you looking at this one, Nick?
Yeah, this one's tough for me. At this line, it's dog or pass. I mean, you can get the Stars for plus 212. And they were absolutely humiliated last night in the hands of the Florida Panthers. It was a 7-1 game. I'm glad I stayed off that one. I was leaning towards Panthers team total under and the Stars plus a goal and a half. Would not have worked. The Stars, though, have looked like crap in their last 5 games. 1-4 in their last 5 in expected goals against. And this is not a Stars team I'm particularly excited to back right now. But I had this game priced around minus 190 for the Bolts. So this game is a dog or pass spot for me here. For goaltenders, I believe it's going to be Antoine Khudobin in that. I want to say I don't think it's going to be Braden Holt because he's not available. It looks like Antoine Khudobin and Andrei Vasilevsky. I'm not getting involved in this game. If I would, it would be dog or pass. I'm going to stay off this game, though.
There you go. That's fine. JR's got the Blues, Senators, Kings, and Bruins over.
Wow, we are on a very similar page there. I'm leaning Blues. I want to bet the Blues. I need to see some injuries first. I got the Senators at plus 204. I love the Kings puck line, and I have the Bruins over.
There you go. And Omar's back in the chat. He's saying he liked the over on the Cavs game. He took it last night.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Keep on rolling. The Rangers are 150 road favorites against the Philadelphia Flyers. Total of 5.5. Where are you rolling in this one?
It's another pass for me. I'm not a huge fan of these 7:00 games today, to be completely honest. They could be entertaining. I'll give you that. But Igor Shesterkin and Carter Hart confirmed or projected in net. Let's see if they're confirmed yet. Carter Hart confirmed in net. Igor Shesterkin expected in net. Rangers are 24-10-4 heading into this game, 20-18 against the spread, 12-24 over under, 14-7-2 on the road. On the other side, Philly is 13-16-7. They're 18-18 against the spread, 17-19 over under, 6-7-3 at home. Philly's been a team I've been fading all year. I had this game projected around Rangers minus 140, and you can get Flyers for plus 130. No interest really in that. For a total in this game, let me get my notes up for these two teams. It'd be a lean towards the over if I had to get to anything in this game. All 5 of the last 5 games for the Flyers have expected goals above a 5.5, with the lowest being a 5.63. On the other side, 3 of the last 5 games for the Rangers have gone over 5.5 expected goals. But this is another one where I guess it's over or pass, and at this price, it's dog or pass for me.
That's fair. We'll go ahead and keep on rolling. Got 5 NHL games left. Anaheim Ducks are heading to Chicago to face off against the Blackhawks. Blackhawks are minus 145 favorite in this game, total 5.5. What are you thinking with that one, Nick?
Yeah, and I'm usually one to say, the Blackhawks shouldn't be minus 145 favorites versus many teams in this league, especially a Anaheim Ducks team I've loved all season long. But, jeez, they're going to be without, I think, no Josh Gibson today. He could return off the COVID protocol. Troy Terry's going to be out till at least the 19th in COVID protocol. I don't know when they're getting Henrique back. On the 19th, they're expected to get Henrique back. Milano is questionable for today's game with an upper body injury. He's hopefully going to play today. On the other side, no Kirby Doc, no Seth Jones in this game, and no Tyler Johnson, no Dylan Strome. So these are two teams missing players. But the Ducks are on a second half of a back-to-back. I need to see who's playing goalie for the Anaheim Ducks in this spot, because if it's anybody other than John Gibson, I might take the Blackhawks in regulation at around a plus 105 price tag. And I'm not one that wants to back the Blackhawks that much right now. And I'm one that wants to bet the Ducks, but the Ducks have not given me a reason to back them recently. They're 0-5 in expected goals in their last 5 games. They're just not getting chances, and they're missing players, and they're just not looking good. So plain and simple for me here, it'd be Blackhawks or pass for me here, especially with the Ducks on the second half of back-to-back.
Hey, that's fine. I know you were on the Ducks last night when it came to them against the Wild, and that didn't work out. But this Ducks team, weren't they first place in their conference at one point? Or not conference,
Their
but
division.
They're still
I think
second place.
Yeah, I think they're still a fringe playoff team, but it's been rough recently.
Good call, Nick. Over. Colorado and Arizona again. I feel like this is deja vu, except for they're in the opposite stadium. They're in Arizona today. Colorado's only a 400 favorite. Total is 6.5. Where are you rolling in this one, Nick?
I'm going to stay off the side in this one. This is a game that the Avalanche should blow them out, to be completely honest.
Yes.
Is there line value on the Coyotes as plus 350? Probably. Yes. I didn't handicap the side here, though, because last night it should have been the game the Arizona Coyotes won. Not by expected goals, but last night should have been it. Looking at this game for total, though, this is pretty plain and simple. Until they fix this with the Colorado Avalanche, you bet their overs. Until they put it at a 7, you bet the over. The Avalanche have gone over 6.5 expected goals in their last 5 games. Expected goals on average in their last 5 games is a 7.21. This is a team that consistently goes over 6.5, and this was a team that you're going to consistently bet over 6.5 with until they switch it to 7. And this is a game that just should put up 5 goals, because they didn't do it last night, and their expected goals were the 4.43. I think they outshot. I think they had 50 shots on Prosvetov last night, and he looked good. Prosvetov. Props to him for that performance last night. I'm mad I didn't take the plus 1.5 last night. I'm not touching it tonight. Over 6.5 is the only thing I can do in this game. Over 6.5 minus 109. Avalanche and Coyotes. It's the only spot I'm looking.
I feel like, I know I'm not the NHL guy. I feel like this would be the spot where they go under, because I could easily see a 5-1 type game where Arizona had all their effort in last night. They tried to go for it and just didn't work out. And then you said Vejmelka is in net for Arizona tonight.
It's going to be Vejmelka and Kemper. It's going to be the starters tonight.
So I feel like, if anything, and call me crazy, I feel like this is an under spot. But that's just me. If I had one bet in the NHL tonight that does not involve Buffalo, it's probably the under in this game. That's just my thoughts on it. But I know I'm not going against your trends. I'm not going, because the last time the Colorado Avalanche went under was on December 14th against the Rangers, and they went under by half a goal. So I understand that. That would just be my thoughts on this game. But
yeah, this is definitely not a team I'm looking to bet unders with at all.
Fair enough. That's fine.
Unless they give me 7.5, then I'll flirt with it. Then I'll flirt with an under. They need to put up the 7 to stop me from betting the over, and they need to put the 7.5 for me to think about an under.
Fair enough. Terry's in the chat. I'm late, too much. Haha. All good, dude. All good. And then Robert Majors coming in saying the under in the Bengals game, or the Bengals and the under. Under in the Bengals game. Bills money line. I like the Bills. Lakers over. Fine. Florida Panthers 0.
Minus 1.5. One last thing with this Colorado Avalanche game before we move on. This is Darcy Kemper's return to Arizona.
Oh wow! No, I'm kidding. I know that's a revenge narrative, right?
Yeah.
Yes. We'll keep rolling. The Los Angeles Kings are heading into Seattle, face off against the Kraken tonight. Kings are minus 120, total of 5.5 in this game. What are we thinking, Nick?
It's my favorite play of the day. I love
I
the
like to hear
Kings.
that.
The Kings have been one of the best teams, expected goal margin and overall play the last 5 games. They put up expected. These are expected goals on offense for the Kings the last 5 games. 6.17 against Pittsburgh, 4.74 against in their previous game before that. I wrote LAK. I forgot who they went up against on my notes here. I accidentally wrote that they got 4.74 expected goals against themselves. Rangers, that's what it was. Thank you. Yep. They had 5.94 expected goals against the Red Wings, 5.10 against the Preds, 5.53 expected goals against the Flyers. And they were expected to win all their last 5 games. This is a team that has been hot. And they're going up against a Kraken team that Kraken have been out-chancing their opponents the last 2 games slightly. But looking at the way the Kraken have been playing lately, they've been playing awful. Let me get there we go. There's the Kraken game. Seattle comes into this game with an 8-game losing streak. They've been puck lined in 5 of the 8 games. They're coming off of a loss versus St. Louis, 2-1, 5-2 loss against Dallas, 4-3 loss against Colorado, 5-2 against Vancouver, 6-4 against the Flames, 3-2 against the Flyers since the return from the COVID break. They've gone over in 4 of the 6 games as well. I lean over in this game. I lean team total over with the LA Kings. You can get the LA Kings team total over 2.5 at minus 155. I think they at least put up 3 goals in this game. That's a reasonable price too. That's something I might add later in the day. I like the Kings a lot in this game. I took their money line at minus 120, and I took their puck line at plus 190. I think that this is a game where they go out and they win 4-1. So give me the LA Kings minus 120 and on the puck line minus 1.5 at plus 190.
That's fair. Over Hemans in Florida.
That's fair.
Okay. And then y'all trust Brooklyn with their 15-game spread losing streak. I don't remember, like, that doesn't really matter.
I don't care.
I didn't bet that game, but I don't. That's whatever. Good luck. If that's what you're judging off of, that's fine. I personally did not bet that game to begin with, so it doesn't matter to me. King me minus 125.
Yep. Get it? I love the Kings. That's my favorite play of the day.
Well, we got 2 plays left, Nick. Ottawa Senators are in Edmonton facing off against the Oilers. Oilers are a minus 195, 200 favorite in this game. 6.5 is your total. Where are you looking?
An absolute joke. Absolute joke that the Edmonton Oilers opened up at minus 235 in this game. To give you an idea, I got the Senators at plus 204 in this game. They've now gone down to around a plus 177. The Senators have actually played a game since with the Canadian teams not playing, and Edmonton's had all their games postponed. They're finally playing a game. There's going to be no crowd today, and it's going to be Stuart Skinner confirmed in net. No Mike Smith available here, and this is a Edmonton Oilers team that lacks depth, that is missing depth. No Warren Fogle. Obviously no Mike Smith, no Kyle Turris, no Archibald, no Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. On the other side, Ottawa is missing some players. They are going to be without Connor Brown, Tim Stützle, Nikita Zaitsev, and Colin White. But at plus 204, I had to jump in on the Senators. And at plus 175, let's see if there's still value on that line. What my projected line for this game was trying to get my expected line for this game around a 185. So I think the value has kind of been sucked out of the Senators here. But for me, Senators are nothing in this game. I took him at plus 204.
I don't mind that. Hey, you're never going to talk me off of plus money. That is for sure. Final game of the day now, Nick. Pittsburgh and San Jose is the final one. Pittsburgh's on the road. They're a 165 favorite, total of 5.5. Where are you finishing off the slate?
Yeah, this is a game. I had this game projected around 125, 130 for the Penguins, and they're minus 170 now. I'm on the Sharks. I'm taking the home dog here to close out the night. Sharks have not looked terrible. They're 3-2 expected goals in the last 5 games. They projected to keep it much closer, and Igor Shesterkin stood on his head in their last game because they were projected 3.26 goals, expected goals in that game, and they got shut out. So it was Shesterkin looked absolutely amazing in that game, according to those numbers, and I expect the Sharks to bounce back here. Pittsburgh, this is a tricky situation for them here. I believe they play this game, then they have one more game on their West Coast trip. They head to Vegas on Monday to play the Golden Knights, and then they head back home, I believe, after that. I think I was looking at this last night. No, that was the Rangers that they go to an East Coast team first. But Pittsburgh, this is, I think, their fourth game on a West Coast road trip. They went from Philly, which was their first road game on the trip, to Dallas, to Anaheim, to LA, to San Jose. Now then they're going to head to Vegas after this. This is always a tricky road trip for East Coast teams when you go through the California teams. Even when the California teams are not great, all 3 of these teams I think are better than we expected them this year. The Ducks, the Kings, and the Sharks, without a shadow of a doubt, they are all better than we expected them because they were in the bottom of the Western Division last year. But there's always a tricky streak here, and they've kind of tripped up the last couple of games. They did beat the Ducks 4-1, but a 6-2 loss against the Kings. And I think the Sharks can sneak up and get them here too. I like the Sharks here. You're getting a nice juicy plus price, plus 150 with the Sharks. So that's where I'm going to go in this game. Sharks on the money line in this one.
Hey, not going to talk you off of plus money. That just does not happen. But we'll go chat. Leon and Austin, anytime scorers. And
sure. I'm never going to
fade the Oilers.
Yeah. I'm never going to talk you off of those goal scorers because Austin Matthews scores whenever he wants to. And with no depth, I could probably throw a dart at any Oilers goal, and probably 70% of the time it lands on Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl.
There you go. But that is the complete slate for today. We made it through it. But before we jump into the recap and the housekeeping, I want to run the quick bumper real quick as per usual so you guys know all the stuff that's going on.
Hey guys, EarleSportsBets.com has finally launched, and to show our appreciation for you, click on the link below or go to EarleSportsBets.com/promo to get the 7-day package for only $49. That's $120 in savings. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, there you go. But quickly, some housekeeping, and then we'll go and we'll be heading on out for today. I will be sharing the link to Midday Money with Sean Higgs. He is currently live, I believe, because I know he likes to go early a little bit on Saturdays because it's the early action. Yep, he is still live. So we'll go ahead. I'll end up copying his link and throwing it into the chat. But that is quick housekeeping. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, and the merch all linked down below, along with the Earle Sports Bets website and the TikTok. All that linked down below. Speaking of Picks and Parleys, Craig did his show earlier or last night. It's up already. Me and Nick live now. Higgs is also live now. Just put the link to that in the chat. Allie should be live in a little bit, probably around 1:30. No game time decision today because it is Saturday, but there's plenty of free pick videos. I believe Allie.
You froze. I think Tim froze there for a second. I think we lost Tim there. But yeah. So check out all the Picks and Parlay stuff as well. Link to that is in the description of the stream. But we'll hopefully get Tim back here in a minute. I'm going to message him saying he froze. You froze. Cool. So a little bit of a recap for today. We got quite the slate for today. I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders plus the 5.5, plus 200 on the money line. I'm also on the over 48.5 with the Raiders and Bengals. On the other game, Patriots plus the 4 and the money line. I'm on the Portland Trailblazers here in the NBA, plus the 7.5 and minus the 6 for Brooklyn. Cleveland minus 4.5. Miami Heat on the money line minus 130. Bulls plus the points. And then in the NHL, Carolina Hurricanes puck line. Boston, Nashville over 5.5. Florida puck line. Buffalo, Detroit under 5.5. Detroit team total under 3.5. Over 6.5 with the Avalanche and the Coyotes. Kings on the puck line and the money line. Ottawa Senators plus 204. And the Sharks at plus 149.
There you go. Yeah, sorry. I for whatever reason, it kicked me out for whatever. But quick recap. NFL games today. I'm exactly the opposite of Nick. I'm on the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills minus the points on both of them. NBA, I'm liking Toronto plus the points, Chicago plus the points, Denver minus the points, under in Knicks and Orlando plus the points. But Nick, go ahead, wrap it on out for today.
Yeah, that should just about wrap it up for this one. We want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here on ESB, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to just about wrap it up for this one. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. This has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Thank you guys and good luck.
See you.